Expanded D words in English, meanings and examples. Dagger is a small, sharp knife used as a weapon. The warrior carried a dagger for close combat. Drizzle is light rain that falls in fine drops. There was a light drizzle in the morning. Diary is a book where people write their personal thoughts and experiences. She writes in her diary every night before bed. Deck is a flat surface on a ship or a set of playing cards. We stood on the ship's deck, watching the sunset. He shuffled the deck before dealing the cards. Dome is a rounded, curved roof on a building. The museum has a glass dome that lets in natural light. Draft is a rough version of a written text before the final version. He finished the first draft of his novel. Dart is a small pointed object that is thrown at a target, often used in a game. He aimed carefully and threw the dart at the dartboard. Dash is a small, quick addition of a liquid or a powdery substance, often used in cooking or mixing drinks. Add a dash of salt to enhance the flavor. She added a dash of lemon juice to her tea. Dashboard is the panel in a car that displays controls and important information. The speedometer on the dashboard showed we were going too fast. Dormouse is a small rodent that looks similar to a mouse and is known for hibernating. The dormouse curled up in its nest for the winter. Date is a sweet, chewy fruit that grows on date palm trees. She bought a box of dates to use in her dessert recipe. Dean is the head of a college or university faculty. The dean of the university gave a speech at graduation. Decaf is coffee that has had most of its caffeine removed. I prefer decaf coffee in the evening so I can sleep better. Dessert is a sweet dish usually eaten after a meal. Chocolate cake is my favorite dessert. Decoy is something used to trick or distract, often in hunting or military tactics. The hunter placed a duck decoy on the lake to attract real ducks. Deer is a graceful wild animal with antlers found in forests. A deer ran across the road in front of our car. Deodorant is a substance used to prevent body odor. He always applies deodorant before going to the gym. Destiny is the idea that events in life are predetermined or meant to happen. He believed it was his destiny to become a musician. Dining room is the room in a house where meals are eaten. We set the table in the dining room for dinner. Disguise is something worn to change one's appearance. He wore a disguise so no one would recognize him. Dot is a small round mark or spot. She placed a tiny dot of glue on the paper. Dove is a type of bird that symbolizes peace. A white dove flew over the ceremony. Dragonfly is a flying insect with a long body and transparent wings. A dragonfly hovered over the pond. Drought is a long period without rain. The crops suffered due to the severe drought. Duffel bag is a large, soft bag used for travel or sports. He packed his clothes in a duffel bag for the trip. Duke is a noble title in some countries. The Duke owned a large castle in England. Dungeon is a dark underground prison, often found in castles. The prisoner was locked in the dungeon for years. Dam. A barrier built across a river or stream to control the flow of water, often used for generating electricity or storing water. The construction of the new dam will provide electricity to thousands of homes. Dike is a barrier built to control water, like a dam. The dike protected the town from flooding. Dynamite is a powerful explosive. The workers used dynamite to break the large rocks. Doctor is a person trained to treat illnesses and injuries. The doctor prescribed medicine for my cold. Dentist is a doctor who specializes in taking care of teeth. I have an appointment with the dentist tomorrow. A disease is a disorder or illness affecting the body or mind. Scientists are working hard to find a cure for this rare disease. Deaf means unable to hear, either partially or completely. My grandfather has been deaf in one ear since childhood. Diabetes is a medical condition in which the body cannot properly regulate blood sugar levels. A diabetic is a person who has diabetes. As a diabetic, he has to check his blood sugar levels regularly. A devil is a supernatural being often associated with evil or mischief. In many stories, the devil tempts people to make bad choices. Dinner is the main meal of the day, usually eaten in the evening. We had a delicious roast chicken for dinner last night. Dehydrated means lacking water in the body, or dried out due to heat or lack of moisture. After hiking all day in the sun, she felt weak and dehydrated. A decorator is a person who decorates or designs the interior of a building. We hired a decorator to redesign our living room. A designer is a person who creates or plans the look, structure, or appearance of something, especially in the fields of fashion, architecture, or graphics. She hired a designer to create the perfect logo for her new business. A debt is money or something owed to someone. After paying off his student loan, he was finally free of debt. A daughter is a female child in relation to her parents. My daughter starts school next week, and she's very excited. Drill is a tool or machine used for making holes or for other mechanical operations. He used a drill to make a hole in the wall for the picture frame. Dye is a substance used to change the color of something, typically fabric or hair. She decided to dye her hair bright red for the summer. A duct is a tube or conduit for conveying air, liquids, or other substances. The air conditioning system was connected to the ducts running through the walls.